Do you like to read? Do you like books? Do you like games? Did you ever read a book or watch a movie and thought, if that was me, I would have done X, Y, and Z. I would have did something different. I wouldn't let that slide. You should play interactive novels. I can give you an example of one. Wayhaven Chronicles Book 1 by Mishka Jenkins. Your first case as a detective is forcing you to open your eyes to a world bigger than you. But maybe it's better to keep them closed. Remain ignorant. Knowing too much doesn't help anyone sleep at night. Or maybe you have insomnia. Seems the supernatural didn't get the memo that nothing exciting ever happens in the little town of Wayhaven, which is the name of the book. The Wayhaven Chronicles Book 1, because believe it or not, there's a Book 2, a Book 3, and there's going to be a Book 4. The demo for Book 4 is already out. The Wayhaven Chronicles Book 1 is a thrilling 440,000 word interactive fantasy by Mishka Jenkins. It's a lot of words, where your choices control the story. It's entirely text-based, without graphics or sound effects, and fueled by the vast, unstoppable power of your imagination. Imagination. And fan art. There's actually a lot of fan art for this game, so you could just Google it. Experience the big and small moments with a host of characters throughout this exciting twist. Not Twisted Wonderland. Throughout this exciting twist on the usual supernatural tale. A story which will take you through heart-pounding ba-boom, ba-boom, romance, smile-filled friendships, and shiver-inducing drama. Play as female, male, or non-binary, with options to be straight, gay, or bisexual. Discover the start of distinct and lasting romances with the vampires of Unit Bravo. Define and refine relationships with a variety of characters, from friends, family, exes, and enemies. Decide how you will fulfill the job of detective through deduction, combat, science, or people skills. Discover the truth of what awaits in Wayhaven in a playstyle that suits your personality. Indulge in true moments of romance, friendship, drama, and fun. Yay! So it's like you can buy the whole book or you can play the demo. The demo has the first 7 chapters of the game. As it says right there, you can play the first 7 chapters of the game for free, and then you can purchase the rest of the game for $8 if you should choose. Moonlight slices through the beakers on the top of the laboratory counter. Laboratory. I don't know why I said laboratory. I mean, you could say laboratory, however you want to pronounce it. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. 100 shafts of light bouncing off the pristine, polished surface. Precise lines of glass tubes held in stark white cartons are piled on the central island. Dr. Ethan Murphy enjoys the small space of his lab, one he has worked hard on making his own. He is grateful for the comforting quiet it brings, and is, at the moment, even more thankful for the size of the large counters. They fully hide his crouched, shuddering body as he hunches behind them. Biting his lip, he stops his shuddering breath, giving away his position. Tut tut, Dr. Murphy. Nobody likes a coward. I don't know whose voice that is, so. The taunt is followed by the smash of glass shards of the broken beakers glancing across the linoleum floor. Ooh, glass all over the place. That's so dangerous. Somebody's gonna end up getting cut by the glass, and they're gonna end up getting an infection. Dr. Murphy squeezes his eyes shut, probably so the glass won't fly in them, and grips his knees closer to his chest, his teeth biting down into his bottom lip hard enough to draw blood. The squeak of the intruder's shoes on linoleum stops. The air falls silent and heavy, pressing down like a weight on Murphy's tight shoulders. If you don't want me to find you, Dr. Murphy, you shouldn't make yourself so tempting. The voice echoes from nowhere, a hungered growl from the darkness. Murphy's eyes snap open as a warm drop of blood dribbles from his lip and soaks into his trousers. Ugh, that's gonna leave a mark. He wipes the blood from his lips, but not from his trousers. He can't, and chokes back a sob. But it's too late. A hand lurches from the darkness and snatches at Murphy like claws around a prey. Such an irresistible thing, don't you think? The man whispers, his face shadowed, but the glint in his eyes unmistakable when his tongue laps over the smear of blood on Murphy's hand. Ugh, that's disgusting. The doctor retches. Ugh, that's disgusting. And tries to crawl back, yelling as the hand grips his tighter. The crack of bone perforates the silence. Ouch. Dear, dear, he tugs on Murphy's mangled hand, dragging him over the slick surface of the linoleum. I don't want to break you, doctor. Murphy is yanked up onto his feet. The intruder is the same height as he, but appears 10 feet tall, and the gloom. Is that gloom and doom, or only gloom? Shh. He places a firm finger on the doctor's lips to stop the trembling cries. Then he takes Murphy's hand in both of his, staring into his eyes with the intense, paralyzing gaze only a predator can achieve. Why don't you relax? The words reverberate like a haunting echo inside Murphy's head, bouncing boing boing from one side of his skull to the other, until he sways with dizziness. A swath of calm seeps from his head down into his neck, following his spine and reaching right down to his toes till he stumbles back from the suddenness of his muscles relaxing. Murphy smiles at the intruder and takes a deep breath. Much better, the intruder whispers before plunging his teeth into Murphy's throat. I think he's a vampire. I think the intruder's a vampire. I think, probably, right? Here's the part where you get to make decisions. Meanwhile, the next morning in Wayhaven, the crime scene is a wriggling mass of spectators by the time I arrive. Even as early in the morning, people line a small alleyway packed so tightly I can't believe they're able to breathe, let alone fight for space to see the end of the street. Revving the engine, vroom vroom, of my battered silver hatchback does little to gain anyone's attention, and I realize I can't park unless they move, not wanting to be late to my very first case as Wayhaven's newly appointed detective. I could beat my horn at them. Or I could just park where I am. I could just say, screw it, I'm parking right here. I feel like it's probably illegal to do that, but I could do it because I get to make the decision that I want to make. That's the type of game this is. It's an interactive novel. I could lean out of the window and order them to move. Or I could lean out of the window and I could ask them to move. I could be nice. I could be mean. I could be nice. I could be whatever I want to be. It's that type of game. It's an interactive novel. So yeah, if you've never played one, you should play one.